What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, what a crazy day we've had today for both Terra Luna Classic and Luna 2 and the overall global crypto market. We've seen some pretty insane moves that I don't think anyone really fully anticipated. And I think a lot of people have got scared, a lot of people have kind of got nervous, but equally more importantly, a lot of people have been trading the pants off some of these moves today. We've seen Bitcoin move significantly. Equally, we've seen Luna Classic drop and Luna 2 come out of nowhere with over 200% gains. So we're going to talk a little bit about what my view is of Terra Luna Classic, and equally kind of a lot of people have been DMing me asking me about the price, what my view is and why we are seeing such a drop in the price. I'm going to talk about it all in this video, but first, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. If we push this up in the old algorithm, the more likes we get, the more people do see this information. You guys, like I said, have been killing it with the likes and I really appreciate your support. And again, if you like Luna Classic and crypto and you want to find out a little bit more, then hit the notification bell, turn it on, and also subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with everything going on in crypto. But let's jump into it. So looking at kind of the the three main points in which we discuss, we can see some pretty insane gains over the 7 days. And I do want you to bear that in mind as we go through this video, that over the Terra Luna Classic, Terra Luna, and more importantly USTC, we're seeing significant gains on the last 7 days. So you can see there that Terra Luna Classic for the last 7 days, 73%. We've got Terra Luna 169%, and USTC, which I'm not seeing a ton of people talk about, but 95.14% up on UTC. And what we've seen with a lot of these, we saw a pretty big move on Terra Luna. Now, there was loads of rumors and loads of speculation that it was going to be manipulation or whale money. But look, this is big institutional money that was coming out of Luna Classic. Now, here's something that people aren't generally talking about. UTC, we've seen an insane move on UTC. Now, we did hear that there is an absolute ambition to repeg USTC, and I talked about that in a previous video. Now, more importantly, we actually have the development team coming out and saying they want to do it, and equally Duck One himself thinking that the repeg of USTC does offer a significant level of utility back to both Luna Classic and Terra Luna. So we have seen a pretty insane gain. That's nearly doubled in price in the last 2 or 3 days at 6 cents. Now remember, obviously there could be an ambition, and there is an ambition to get that back to $1. Now if we take Terra Luna Classic, again looking at some of the stats here, you can see we're trading about this 419 range, 23% down on the day. And again, you've got to understand that when you see 60%, 70% gains, then a 20% correction is, you know, inevitable, I would say, but you still got to think it's a third of what we pumped. Now, $2.8 billion is the volume. So again, that's down about $1 billion in 24 hours, down 24%. Market cap at 2.6 billion, ranked 29th highest cryptocurrency. So, but we have seen this pullback. Now, these pullbacks shouldn't be something to really worry about. Again, have your plan. What's your plan when you take your profits? What's your plan where you're going to sell some of your bag? Where does that sit in terms of what you want to do? And equally then, if we take a look at Luna 2, and people have made some insane money on this today. This pumped to over $6 at one point. Look at this, 2,000% increase in volume. That isn't retail investment. It's not retail investment. That is significant money coming to it. Market cap still only at $638 million. But look, definitely something to keep his eye on. Now, obviously, we are all about Luna Classic. I firmly believe in Luna Classic. I've never looked at Terra 2.0. What I would say is we will slowly see this money come back, in my opinion, out of Luna 2 and back into Luna Classic. Now, if we take a look in a bit more of the micro level, you can see we're on the 1 hour chart here. This is this huge candle that got sold all the way down to the 3/6s, but it was bought back up. Now we have obviously seen that kind of drop, and there's a couple of reasons. When you have a 10% pump in Bitcoin, people are always going to move back into Bitcoin. As much and as volatile as crypto is, Bitcoin is a more stable coin versus Terra Luna Classic right now. So we have seen these sell-offs. Equally, what we are seeing is opportunities to buy. Now, again, I called the video the big reset because these are good things to have. There are good things to have a level of consolidation, a level of sell-off. Why? Because it allows people to get into the project at a price they want to get into, but equally it allows us to build floors, and it gets rid of people that are in it for short and quick fast money versus people long-term that believe in what this project can do. So actually this level of consolidation, even dipping into the threes again, I don't think would be the worst thing we've seen. You can see RSI is trending down here at 41, but we are actually seeing some money coming back in. Now we have the Asian markets, the Japanese market is going to open in about 2.5 hours, and we're going to see what happens on there. But we can see currently the money is coming back into Luna Classic, so we're going to have to stay close and see what that looks like. Likewise with Luna, we saw this big pump up, huge money coming in, and then we did see this sell off as people started to take profits. Now it isn't as big an ecosystem as Luna Classic. Equally, it's got more decentralized applications going on it. but it isn't as big as Lunar Classic. But again, my point is we're going to start to see some of these big candles forming, and again, it is a good thing to do. If we go out fully, let's go into the 4-hour chart, and again, I talk about this in most of the videos. When you look from a macro level, we're in a really good place. We want to see some level of consolidation. We want to see it build support before we make the next leg up. And again, we tend to see a dip before we start again. So I would expect us for the next, day or two, trend around this 4.3, 4.4, and we'll either go one of two ways. I think we'll then see a pump back up into the 6s, or I think we could see a drop back down, maybe to the low 3s, maybe even as low as the high 2s. It could be something we do, but again, it's going to build support the floor. And when you listen to the development team, Vegas Morph, people like that, they're not bothered about the price. The price is the last thing really on their mind. What they are bothered about is the market capitalization. And again, we are all working towards the implementation of the burn tax. Now, there's obviously loads flying around in terms of Binance and what they've done, but what we don't want is huge volume before we get the implementation of that burn tax, and then not so much volume afterwards. So again, this could be a sensible thing. It could be a wise move in the market overall to see us pull back in terms of volume, getting ready for when we implement that 1.2% burn tax. Now, so that's kind of what I've got for you in this video. I'm really interested to get your views on what you think. What was your view in terms of the sell-off in terms of Terra Luna Classic? Did you sell, or are you holding for long term? Do you understand the insane potential with this? Remember, over the last 7 days, 75% up in the last 7 days. So what goes down ultimately can go up as well. We've always got to be mindful. Do your own research. Make sure that you are making sure your plan and how you trade is the right for you. But definitely interesting, definitely worthwhile staying close to. Again, I believe long term, I haven't sold a single Terra Luna coin since I've been buying this since May when it's collapsed, and I long term believe that there's going to be some insane gains yet to come in this channel. Again, if you've been following this channel and you've been following our journey through Terra Luna Classic right now, you probably sat there with a pretty nice bag. So if you want to get into the channel, you want to support, do me a favor, hit the like button. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.